And finally, our Smeg machine is here. So we got a brand new coffee maker. I'm gonna unbox it for everyone. There's my beautiful wife, who's getting ready to fly out to North Carolina today on a business trip. Say hi.
Hi.
Are you excited about the Smeg?
Super.
Am I saying it right? Is it Smeg?
I'm excited that we're not gonna spend $100 a month on Starbucks.
Let's unbox the Smeg. It's a multi-function machine. It makes cappuccino, it makes espresso, it makes coffee. We're gonna get it going for you right now and unbox it. Check it out. All right, everyone, so before I open it up, I'm gonna kind of give you a sense of what's on the back of the box. It basically says here, if you could read, it's hard for you to read, but it's customizable beverages from Italian Ristretto to long coffee, so you can make basically everything. It's ready to go. You plug and play. You just add the beans. A lot of these coffee makers, you have to like do a lot of work. With this particular one, you don't, which is exciting. So we could just kind of grab, push a button and go. All right, so let's unbox it. Comes with a little packaging slip from Williams-Sonoma. All right, so the first thing, you got this really heavy duty cord here. I mean, like sometimes these machines have these little chintzy cords. This is like a heavy duty, serious cord. You got your user manual, you got your kind of warranty information. It comes with a little kind of cleaner here. This could be used to clean like the areas of the machine that are hard to get to with like a paper towel or human finger. So we'll put that to the side. Let's start unboxing. We've got this heavy duty cardboard. Wow, look how pretty that is. Babe, what do you think so far?
I picked it, I love it.
All right, YouTube, so this is all of the contents of the box. So you have your wire, you have your overflow reservoir, which you put this here, goes right here. You have your water reservoir, which goes into the back of the machine, pretty simple. And so far what I like is this little handle, so when you want to pull it out, it's nice and easy to pull out. And then you have the cover of the reservoir. Fits nice and easy. And as I mentioned before, you have the certain, packaging manuals and warranties. And of course you have the wire. Let's take a look at where the wire goes. So the wire goes right into the back here. And then you simply plug this side into the wall. All right, everyone, so what this is a water hardness tester. Basically what they tell you to do in the instructions is to put a glass of just the water that you will be using in the machine, and this is a water strip water hardness tester. So we're gonna try this out to see the level of hardness is, because there's various settings on the machine depending on the hardness of the water. All right, so what they tell you to do is fully submerge this in water. All right, everyone, so what I read is that if there's 5 blue boxes here, that means that we have a light, not hard water setting. So we have to set the machine now for light water. All right, guys, in terms of setting the hard water setting, first what you want to do is obviously turn the machine on. And when you turn the machine on, it's going to cycle through. All right, so once it cycles through all of its settings and so forth and gets prepared to make a cup of coffee, this is the mode in which you could set the hard water setting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna simultaneously press the Ristretto button as well as this button here, and you're gonna hold it down for 3 seconds. All right, now you'll see that these items are flashing. This is for a light hard water setting, this is for a medium hard water setting, and this is for a heavy hard water setting. To cycle through each one of these, you press this button here. until you get to the one that you want. Because of our 5 blue measurements, we're gonna do the light hard water setting. Once you get setting by which you want it to be, you're gonna go ahead and set that setting by again pressing these 2 buttons simultaneously for 3 seconds. Okay, so we are all set up for a light hard water setting. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the machine on. Okay, right now it's cycling through. So when the machine has these flashing lights, it's going through its heating process. Now, when it's no longer flashing, it has heated and it's ready to go. All right, now it's time to get the coffee beans in the machine. And by the way, everyone, this right here is the grinding knob setting. One important point that I wanted to make that the instructions really tell you about is when you want to adjust the grinding knob, counterclockwise is a finer ground bean and clockwise is a thicker grind. Now, it's important that you should only turn this knob, bucket here, is empty of beans or when it is in use. So literally when you're making a cup of coffee and it's going through its grinding process, and you'll hear it, when it's going through its grinding process is when you want to turn this knob. And the reason they tell you to do this in the manual is because if you turn it now, there might be beans already in the grinding component that could damage that grinding component. So they only tell you to do this when this is empty or when it's during the grinding process. Super important point wanted to make. Spread it out, and let's put the cap right back on. Okay, that is done. All right, guys, so next I want to show you how to clean what's called the brewing group. This is super important, and I want to bring your attention to the top of the machine. All right, as you can see here, you have various little indicators. The first item here, you need more water. This one, you need to add more beans. This one, the remnants tray of the discarded beans needs to be discarded. This one here, there's an issue with the brewing group. And lastly, this is for the descaling of the machine. So if any one of these indicator lights are on, something is wrong and you need to make some changes. But right now, let's talk about the brewing group and how to clean it. So this is the side of the machine here. And the way that you open the brewing group, it's made very easy for you, is you simply push this little button, this little indented area here, and then it pops out. Now have access to the brewing group. There's 2 little buttons on the side. You simply push or depress those buttons and you pull out. And you can see that this is where the coffee grounds go into, and this from time to time might need to be cleaned, or if there's something wrong with this, the indicator group. What I'm told by reading the manual is that when you clean this out, you're gonna wanna fully dry it before you put it back into the machine. You would simply clean this with water in your sink. Maybe some dish soap as well. To put this back in the machine, just so you're aware, you'll again depress this, put it right back in, and you'll hear it click. Of course, when you're done, you'll replace the cover and you're all set to go. All right, guys, now let's talk about the coffee grounds container alarm and how to discard the old coffee grounds. This particular indicator right here signifies that you need to discard the old coffee grounds. Very, very simple process. So to discard the old coffee grounds, pull this out here. This also comes out separately. Pull this out, you have the old coffee grounds, and you'll simply toss that in the garbage and rinse it in the sink. After rinsing it in the sink, simply put it back in there, put it right back into the machine, put the drip tray right back in, and you're done. All right, guys, so I'm gonna turn on the machine. I want you to see what happens when you turn on the machine and it's going through its kind of process of getting ready. It's heating water process, it's cleaning process, because the first time I did it, I thought that it looked a little odd in what it was doing. So take a look what happens when you turn the power on. So you can see it's cycling through now. What you're going to see is the machine has its own little cleaning process. So you can see now there's water coming out. That water is the machine's way of cleaning this nozzle. So don't be alarmed, that will happen every single time you turn the machine on. All right guys, so in terms of making a cup of coffee, there's actually 8 settings or 8 different types of beverages you can make, which is pretty impressive. Obviously, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is turn the machine on. After the machine goes through its cycling process and its cleaning process, I'm gonna show you how to access all 8 beverages that the machine made and exactly what those beverages are. As you've seen a number of times in this video, it goes through its cycling process, its cleaning process, its heating process. If there's no indicator lights, you're all ready to make a cup of coffee. There's 2 different dispensing programs. You see right now you have white lights. If you want to change it to the other dispensing program, you will press this button. All of these items are now orange. First, let's go through the white program. In the white program, you have 4 different beverages that you could make. This is called a Ristretto coffee. A Ristretto is a strong, probably even stronger than espresso. It uses less water, and therefore that water that it does use is very potent in terms of its coffee and caffeine production. This is an espresso. I think everyone knows what an espresso is. It's a nice shot of strong coffee. Then of course you have a regular cup of coffee, and lastly you have hot water if you want to make tea. After pushing that button and going to orange, you have a light Ristretto coffee, you have a light espresso coffee, you have a long coffee, and you have an Americano coffee. So again, that's 8 different beverages that this makes. But let's show you how to make a regular cup of coffee. Of course, you're going to place a cup underneath the brewing spout, and we are in the white dispensing menu. You'll see here that you have the 3rd item here being a regular cup of coffee. You simply press that down and you'll hear the machine working, and you see the machine making a beautiful, beautiful cup of coffee. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to the Buscemi Family Channel. I'll talk to you soon.